Okay. Good morning, Madfesters. So many great talks here. Thank you so much for choosing to be here with Matt and I. We're here to reveal some of the secrets about how to go beyond entertainment on TikTok and create ads that deliver commercial results. So I can't even say my own name. It's not a great start, is it? My name is Lynne Deason. I head up Creative Excellence at Kantar, and I'm delighted to be here with Matt, who is the head of measurement in the UK for TikTok. So why should you care about creative effectiveness? Here we've got our latest data, which we've created in partnership with Walk. This is looking at the relationship between creative effectiveness, as we predict it using our Link Plus solution on Kantar Marketplace, and in-market profitability. So this is ROMI data, so this is taking into account media investment. And what you can see is that creative quality really matters. So I know which horse I'd want to be backing in the race. So making sure you know how to deliver that is really important, and getting consumer feedback so you can optimize on that journey as well. I think when it comes to digital content, it's easier to think the stakes are less high. You can create the content more cheaply, you can use performance marketing to see what's happening live and make decisions on that basis. This isn't TikTok-specific data, but it's just showing us that actually there can be a risk. So either your digital content can have no effect in market, or it can have a negative effect, and that's both on associations and purchase intent. So making sure that you're getting your digital content right really matters. And I think that's especially critical as spend shifts out of traditional channels and you're more reliant on digital channels to build your brand in the long term. So you need to be thinking holistically about your brand and not just about short-term returns. So today we've got 6 tips to walk you through. You may be thinking, where's the music, Lynne? Where's the sound? It's so key. We felt actually it's so key, it's so fundamental, we wouldn't pull it out on its own. But we're going to share some wonderful ads with you today, so just have a think as you watch them about the role that sound is playing. And without further ado, I'll hand you over to the wonderful Matt.
Thank you. Let's jump straight in. So TikTok's an entertainment platform. Our community are here to be entertained. You don't check TikTok, you watch TikTok. So to open, create a hook that conveys, in those vital first few seconds, the value of your content. And once we've hooked our audience, we can move to deliver the body of the content through TikTok's narrative structures, as we can see here. So brands often default to using logo cards and product placements, but there's so many other ways, many of which can be more impactful, to brand a piece of content. So what we see here is the sound pulls in users, and we see the distinctive Costa coloring used in the ads, as well as the distinctive shape of cups, and the subtle presence of logos that combine to make something that's distinctly Costa without being overtly branded. And it works. So what we've seen is that by creating distinctive content that users enjoyed, it made them feel good, it translates into brand impact. And that means that users watch more. Users watch content that they enjoy. And what we found through our work is that for awareness metrics, about 80% of the impact can be captured within about 6 seconds of an ad view. So by encouraging users to watch more, you're able to capture much more of that brand impact and deliver a valuable message. And when we think about what that content should look like, that content should feel like it belongs on TikTok. So to create content that feels TikTok first, it means taking a cue from the content that you see and love on your own For You page. You should look the part and talk the talk. Think about going lo-fi with your content. Doesn't need to be overly produced, but at the same time, lo-fi doesn't mean low-quality content. Make sure that it's fit for purpose, and think about how you can leverage people and sound to add to that content. How you can use TikTok's editing techniques or narrative structures, and how you can adapt to or even iterate on some of the established vertical norms that we see. And if you can't adopt these principles, think about how you can adapt, tailoring content to fit on TikTok. Now, really, a key element here is high production versus human production. High production screams advertising. And as we know, people come to TikTok to be entertained and to enjoy the content that they see. And so creators are a production shortcut to make ads that feel more human and feel like they belong on TikTok. So in this context, we define the TikTok look and feel in 3 different ways. So first, we have highly polished TV-style content with on-screen graphics, professionally lit, or a studio setting that can be scripted with animated transitions. Second, we have content that is comparable to that is planned and produced by a platform user. It can still be scripted, it can be well lit, with complex or multiple edits, and use of TikTok effects. And then finally, we have ads that are just casually shot by a platform user. Now, what we found is that when creative has the look and feel that's comparable to that produced by a platform user versus that TV-style, highly polished content, campaigns are much more likely to see statistically significant lift in most brand lift key metrics, especially those at the lower end of the funnel. And we see that engagement and watch time, they can increase by almost double. And as you can see here, Pepsi were able to master this style to produce great content that fits with the tone on TikTok.
Fresh. Maximum taste, no sugar.
So what we see is that native content, it's effective content. Work by the Kantar team has shown that across all platforms, integrated, customized content performs much better across brand KPIs than content that's not well integrated. And TikTok's users agree. In fact, around 77% of TikTok users like and relate to content when it feels TikTok first, which leads us on to our third principle. Trends. So trends are a great way to build native content and identify a hook and a narrative structure that works well on the platform. And this can be through existing trends or by creating your own. And there are 3 different types of trends, all of which can be used by brands as routes to native content: moments, signals, and forces. So moments, lasting days or weeks, are popular moments rooted in recognizable, relatable human truths. They tend to last short term, they're a few days or weeks long. Second is we have signals. These last a bit longer. These are evergreen trends that are platform and vertical native, such as story times, transitions, or challenges. And finally, we have forces, which can last much longer. These are macro cultural patterns or trends that make their way onto TikTok, and they remain recognizable when introduced on platform. So brands can use 1, 2, or all 3 of these to build effective content, as we can see here. So here, Pepsi were able to find a trend, establish clear brand relevance, and build a strong narrative by tapping into both the cultural relevance around Christmas, as well as the excitement of the Men's Football World Cup. Through the lens of transitions on the platform, Pepsi were able to make effective and enjoyable content fit for TikTok. Now I'll pass back to Lynne for the rest of the trends.
Thanks, Matt. So a key thing, Matt talked about hooking people in, but you're creating an ad to deliver against a specific objective. So you need to make sure that once you've got you hooked, you're going to deliver that within the time that people will pay attention. So the key thing is, hook them in, keep them entertained, but make sure that you're keeping it as short as it can be to deliver against those objectives. So let's have a look at another example.
You send me the location, then I'll be right there. Then make I come check you, my baby. No time, no. And my dog is on probation. Another 5 years. We bring girls to his location. No time. I love the way.
So it taps into some of the elements that Matt was talking about, tapping into a clothing transition trend, which people really liked, and it made them pay attention to it. People really loved the mother-daughter relationship. That also led to really positive enjoyment of this ad. But the challenge was the brand and the showcasing of the jewelry doesn't appear until much later. And by that time, people have lost interest. So really think about making sure that what you want to say it appears up front. Things like demos are also a really important consideration. A traditional demo won't work. You've got to think about how you can do that in a really interesting and engaging way to keep that entertainment vibe going. So as we were saying, don't rely on people sticking with the ad to make your point. Keep it as short as it can be to deliver what you want and meet your objectives. I think this is a really untapped opportunity on TikTok. If you think about where it comes from, it's all about a sense of community. And there are individual communities within the platform that, of course, you can engage with, whether that's Book Talk or Clean Talk. But actually, it's a group of creators and people who enjoy content and enjoy making connections with people. I think you're going to enjoy this one.
Shake it to the gram, what? Shake it to the gram, shake it to the gram, what? Shake it move it, 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 move it.
So again, it's got a lot of the hallmarks that Matt's already walked you through. Absolutely phenomenal response and success to this. So they had the hashtag for participation. The number of views you can see here was absolutely enormous. And the average percentage of the ad viewed was also really high. So this was content that people really enjoyed and they chose to stick with. But what we also see is in terms of what we call the unstereotype measure. So this comes through Kantar's partnership with the Unstereotype Alliance, where we're focused on positively portraying people. Because when you do that, when you get it right, it's not only the right thing to do and a responsibility that everybody here today and in our community has, it also means you deliver better commercial results. And what we saw with this TikTok was it landed in the top 1%, so as good as you can get for portraying people positively. Now, it does concern me that you might be there sitting, thinking, I'm not Nike, Lynne. I can't engage with this. This isn't me. But that's just not true. There are so many different ways that you can engage and have a positive impact on society. That can be as simple as inclusive casting, but of course you've got to get the nuance right and the detail of how you portray people. You've got to understand the audiences you're representing. You can tell inclusive stories. So we're doing work with GLAAD at the moment, for example. Again, that nuance is really important. And of course, if you're a purposeful brand, this is a great platform to drive change. And we saw Dove doing that with their Turn Your Back on Glamour, which was recognised in Cannes recently. Now, we talked a lot about entertainment, but we're here thinking about advertising, and that means delivering returns. And I get frustrated when I feel there's almost an embarrassment that it's an ad. Love your brand, bring it to life, but do so in a way that fits with the context in which it will be experienced. So of the ads we've shared with you today, Pepsi Max was the strongest at this. And people tend to think about brand cues, so leveraging distinctive assets and things as a key way to drive branding. Absolutely it is, but there are a number of other ways that you can leverage as well. So think about, does it fit? So yes, you want to entertain, but you need to do it in a way that's in tune with your brand. Make sure your brand is the focus of interest. It was absolutely with Pepsi Max, wasn't it? When she was tapping on the can, it was at the heart of what was engaging. Leverage those brand cues and also think, could any brand do this, or could it only be my brand? And that's a great way to ensure that you'll deliver those commercial results.
Great. So to sum up, 6 key themes of how to make effective, engaging, and enjoyable content on TikTok. Be entertaining, create content that feels like it belongs, that reflects the mood and the trends of the platform. Keep it as short as it needs to be, embrace that positive message, and keep your brand at the center. But to really crack the code and unlock the power of effectiveness on TikTok, we'll leave you with this quote: we need to stop interrupting what people are interested in, and we need to be what people are interested in. Thank you very much.